Hi and welcome. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Love Life Today. Now, as you all know, we went on a little hiatus, and by popular request and demands, we're back. We're back in front of the camera, but I've agreed only to come back for special segments. And I say special because they have to be very, very inspiring. They have to be motivating. They have to be about something fun and exciting that gears towards women, such as beauty and wrinkles and cellulite and entrepreneurship and all this other fun stuff. So today's going to be a fantastic show. Wait till you guys see what we have going on. But first, I'd like to go over a couple of things. Events. We've got a couple of sponsors sponsors and events that we're hosting. So I need to announce them first and foremost. So all white boat party is happening on June 1st. And they have been awesome with offering our guests and our viewers a discount for tickets. So if you go to saborbythebay.com and you enter the AAB Latino code, you're going to get $10 off for your general admission ticket. So don't forget, log on to Sabor by the Bay, get $10 off on that. And then the Cuban American Music Festival is Sunday, May 19th in downtown Los Angeles. We're going to be giving away tickets tonight. So you want to tune in and watch the entire show today, because towards the end of the show, we're going to give away 2 pairs of free tickets today. So we're going to do a little trivia. We're going to do a little, stay tuned, because I'm going to be asking some questions in regards to the show and how well you're listening on all the stuff that we're sharing today. So you have to make sure you stay and watch throughout the whole show. So we're going to give away tickets, okay? Then, last but not least, this week, I'm so excited. This week, we have a phenomenal show on Thursday on Al Día con Carlos with Carlos Alvarez, who's our Emmy Award winner host. He's going to be here on Thursday night with a phenomenal chef from Gloria's Restaurant, Juan San Juan, here in studio. They're going to do live cooking. They're going to teach us how to cook for Mother's Day. So husbands, watch the show. So healthy and fun treats for us moms. You want to watch. That's this Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Then following that show, we have Lisette Gomez with Culturas y Talentos at 7 p.m. on Thursday night. So there's a lot happening here at All Access Broadcasting. We're really, really excited. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our show today. So again, we came back because everybody was inundating us with emails and comments about why our show was on hiatus. Well, because I'm super overwhelmed. I am the CEO and founder of All Access Broadcasting, and it takes a lot to run a studio and a network, especially a startup one that's done phenomenally well. We're in the millions of views with all our shows combined. But I have to say, I have a fantastic team of hosts, of editors, of engineers. I have a great team that have helped me pull off our dreams. So thank you to all of you that are watching and editing behind the scenes. Thank you. So without all that being said, it was a transition for me to come back in front of the camera, because it takes a lot of work and planning. But because there are so many topics that women, inquire about and they're excited about, I decided to come back in front of the camera and specifically target these topics that no one is willing to talk about, and really be authentic and open about and transparent about and so forth. So without being said, we have a group of ladies that you've seen us market, in the last couple of days, that are here with me in studio, and I'll introduce them individually here in a minute. But they're here to show us beauty tips and beauty products. Now, I have to say that I can't endorse them yet, because I don't really know. I haven't really seen, and I have to be honest, as I always am, that I haven't used their products yet. However, all of the research that I have done, and all the videos that I have seen, and all the testimonies that I have read, and all the blogs that I have read as well, made me feel comfortable bringing them into our studio and onto my show. So I'm really excited. We're going to do a live demonstration of the makeup application. We're even going to be drinking some fun stuff that I'm really excited about. They're going to tell us all about their skin products, and that I'm super excited about, because as we get older, you know, we have a little issues, and, you know, we have a little fine lines and things like that. And I haven't necessarily been, you know, should I say, too open about cosmetic surgery or you know, all the fillers and Botox that everybody's doing. I really spend a lot of time researching on good masks and creams and things like that. However, I am looking into these different things, because now that I'm back in front of the camera, I should probably do some things. But then maybe not. Maybe what they show me today will keep me away from the doctor's office for another 5 years or so. So I'm really excited. So for multiple reasons, I'm excited about our show, and I'm excited about these products. So let's introduce them one by one. First, I'd like to introduce, and Erin, you can pan us out later, but first I'd like to introduce Carrie Thompson. Carrie is a real estate agent, and she's very successful with that. And so she was introduced to this product, and I'll have her tell you a little bit about her story. But she got introduced to these products because she was excited about them, I'm sure. And then also because she, like myself, believes in multiple streams of income. So she can tell you a little bit about the business aspect of these products and of this company a little bit later. But we also have Jill Padilla. Jill Padilla is a mom who's been married for 24 years with 2 beautiful daughters. I got to meet one already, and she's absolutely gorgeous, and she's in college, and so she was in corporate America for years, and then she decided to start her own business within this company. And if I haven't said this enough through my, you know, my lives and my messages and all my posts that I put, I'm really, really, really big on entrepreneurship. I, too, was in corporate America for 14 years. And for those of you that know my story, I was abruptly laid off, and I was a single mom. I was a widow, actually. And I was forced to decide what it is that I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to put scrubs back on and get back into the workforce, or take a risk and start my own business. And that's what I did. And this year we celebrate 10 years in business for myself with All Access Events, my corporate event planning company. So that's been phenomenal. And then for the last 8 months, as you know, we're here with All Access Broadcasting, and it's completely taken off. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm really, really, really big on entrepreneurship. I'm big on empowering women, and I'm big on helping other women start their business, no matter what it is. If it's your niche, if it's what you think it works for you, if whatever it is, as long as it's within, you know, if it's legal and if it's moral and it's ethical, by all means, I will help you in any way that I can. So I'm really big on that. And then, last but not least, we have Yolanda Holston. Yolanda's resume and her bio is too long. I won't even go over it, but it's amazing. So she's a celebrity makeup artist. She's worked with many, many celebrities. She's also done some work with Style and Glamour and Vogue and Cosmo magazine. So she's got a phenomenal plethora of experiences under her belt. So she's going to show us, and she's going to demonstrate makeup application today. So let's pan out. Let's introduce these beauties today. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes,
and congratulations on all of your success.
Thank you. Thank you. Today's not about me. Today's all about you and your products and your beauty, and help us figure out makeup, help us figure out wrinkles, and I don't like my pores to show, and help us figure all of that out. So tell us, we'll start with Jill first, to tell us a little bit about yourself, Jill, and how you got started and what you brought for us.
Okay, well, how I got started was not how I anticipated. I didn't think I would be in the network marketing profession and doing this pretty much full-time, but really part-time hours. I did do corporate America for about 15 years, and then decided to stay home when my girls were young. And this was kind of dropped in my lap. And I'll be honest, I had a stigma about network marketing, like most people do. But once I kind of put my ignorance aside about it, and I did the research, and with my husband's research as well, I realized that network marketing's been around for a very long time,
Right.
like over 140 years, with the company being Avon that kind of first started.
Right.
And so I thought, you know, there's something to this. It's been around longer than a franchise. So I decided, my husband and I together, he worked in corporate America. He was a financial advisor, trained on Wall Street. So this was not his background at all. However, he knew economic trends, and he knew that health and wellness and skincare and beauty and all of that were part of the fastest growing segment in the United States economy. And he said, we're going to do this. Yes. So
Wow.
he jumped on board. We both jumped on board at the same time, and he had, his people he would share it with, and myself. And so I love this business because it gives me total freedom to be with my kids. My kids are spoiled. I work down the hallway. I can go to work in my pajamas. Carrie and I throw skincare parties. Like, this is a dream job.
Yeah.
And
it takes a lot of discipline, though, doesn't it?
It does take
to work from
discipline.
home.
It does because multitasking actually makes you dumber. So I've learned, and I didn't
being transparent.
I didn't realize that multitasking did. I would brag about it. Oh, I can go and throw a load of laundry in, and then go make some more calls, and then go do the dishes, and then make something for the kids. And so honestly, I do this in block of times,
Okay.
and so I give this my attention when I'm working on my Jeunesse business, and so it's really been fun. It's very lucrative. The company that we endorse their products for is a very generous company. It's a cash rich company. They have zero debt. They endorse all of us. They don't, they pay us promoters to endorse the products. And what
Okay.
better way to promote products than word of mouth?
Right.
And women do it best. 80% of women that make over $100,000 a year do it through this industry of network marketing. And so I think women, we have the gift to gab.
Right.
We're able, Carrie, where'd you get your hair done? And we
Exactly,
tell exactly who our hairdresser is. And so with these products, you buy them online. Who isn't buying online?
Right.
Everyone is buying
Everything
online.
is social media now.
Exactly.
Digital media.
Exactly. And once we started using these products, and this is just a few, we've just narrowed the focus to skincare.
Right.
And Yolanda will be able to, once I start applying some things, she'll be able to go into why these products are so different, why you can't buy the Luminous line at Macy's, the stem cell growth factors that are in it, and the Envy Spray makeup, why it's so unique to the market, and how it doesn't have talc and parabens and things like that, and how
Right.
we can actually get skin nutrition through a drink, get our collagen and to help build that. And
I can't wait to see that
yes,
and taste it.
so I'm been very brave. So I've come on today with no makeup except eye makeup, but I came with a bare face so that Yolanda
And
will
your
be
skin
able.
looks absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. I attribute that to this little guy right here, this serum, which was developed by Dr. Nathan Newman, a dermatologist here in Beverly Hills.
Okay. And I've
Fantastic.
actually seen the logo, and I've done a lot of research and reading about it. So tell us about the serum exactly, because I also saw something that had some hydrating and some vitamin C products in there.
Yes. So actually, I'm going to put this on because when she gets ready to apply, I tend to run a little bit dry. I'm a natural redhead.
Okay.
Redheads have like some of the driest skin. And so I want to get this. I've already applied once today. This is applied twice daily, but I'm going to let Yolanda go into like the APT 200, the specific unique ingredient that makes this so different from
Okay.
anything on the market.
Okay.
So.
While you put that on.
Yes, if that's okay.
Yes. Welcome, Yolanda.
Thank you.
Tell us
Thank
a little bit
you.
about you, because I don't think I've touched on.
Well,
what you do.
I am a professional makeup artist. I started right out of high school. I actually attended makeup school at Sunset Gower Studios right down the street.
Nice.
Yes, and so, in the course of my profession, I've used every type of product that you can possibly imagine, from the skincare, the serums, and over the years, the ingredients have improved dramatically, and the formulas now are so modern, and it's not just about the marketing, they actually have a function. So
Right.
let's start with the serum.
Okay.
The serum is the bomb. I mean, I use it on everything. I use it on my face every day, and then whatever's left on my hands, or on my fingers, I put on the backs of my hands, I put on my neck and on my chest. And if I get a scrape or a cut or anything that is broken skin, I use it right over the top. And what it does, so it has a polypeptide in it. And what that does is it causes the skin to regenerate skin cells. So, you know, when you were, you know, in your teenage years and you would get a blemish and then the blemish would dry up and that next day the dead skin would flake away and your skin would be perfect again. But then when you hit your mid to late 20s, that happens when that dead skin flakes away. Now you've got a dark spot. Well, that's because
A lot of things happen.
Right. well, and the reason that is that, you know, as we're growing, our skin is and our entire body is developing new skin cells and new cells in general. But then once we've reached our, you know, maxed out growth, then our body slows down from producing collagen. The skin cells don't turn over as quickly. So I like to just say that the main ingredient, the APT200, which is exclusive to Jeunesse, it keeps your motor humming. Like it keeps your
I love it.
It keeps your skin
It's oil
cells
for the
turning
engine.
over. Exactly. So
I'd
really
like to feel the texture of it.
yeah,
if you don't
you know
mind.
what? It's a really light gel, and actually, you know, just one pump is all you need. When I first started using
It's
it, I would
silky.
pump it twice. You want to pass it down? So basically, when you apply this, I just put it on the tips of my fingers and then I press it into my skin. And I see a lot of times people will fan.
Yeah.
So don't fan because you don't want it to evaporate. You want it to actually absorb, and that's what makes it work. It penetrates deep into the epidermal layer. And then what you're going to do is you're going to apply your daytime moisture. So because we're going to apply makeup, it's we'll
So-
pretend like it's morning.
Okay, so you wash your face, you apply the serum, and
Yes.
then the moisturizer.
Yes.
Does the moisturizer have SPF in it?
This has SPF 30.
Awesome.
And it's really light. You need to feel the texture of this as well. You know, a lot of times moisturizer can go on and kind of feel sticky and takes too long to soak in.
Yes.
Is it like a
And
line
it does
and-
not smell like sunscreen, and it does not leave you oily.
And it doesn't burn your
A little
eyes.
fruity.
It's nice. It's really nice. I love the texture of it. It's very light. And the wonderful part about this line is that there's very few steps. You know, a lot of the brands that are out there, they have a different product for everything. And by the time you're done, your medicine cabinet is filled with, 25 different things for all the different
Right.
reasons. Well, you get everything you need in your cleanser, your serum, and your moisturizer. So this is your daytime. It's a light moisturizer. It has SPF 30. We also have a nighttime moisturizer, which the texture of that product is also very light. It absorbs right in, but it gives you, it's actually more moisture than I need because I have a combination oily skin. So I use the nighttime moisture as my under eye cream. And on my cuticles
For daytime.
For daytime, if I'm traveling, because I'm on airplanes all the time, so I can
Our
get very
skin gets very dry.
very
yes.
dehydrated. And I actually was going to tell you that just because it says nighttime cream, it does not mean that you can only use it at night. So if you're that dry,
I use my nighttime during the day over my day.
Yep.
Because I have the sunscreen with with
Okay,
the
I
day
was
cream.
gonna say,
but
I'm
I
really
put,
big on sunscreen.
I put the night cream on during the day, and I had already put it on today, but my skin just soaks it up.
Yeah.
So
I have to say,
I
these
can
ladies
reapply.
have flawless skin. Like, your skin is so smooth and
thank you.
pretty.
Thank you. Well, it really is about continuity, consistency. You don't need a ton of different types of formulas or products. You just have to find what works for your skin
And stay
then
consistent.
stay consistent.
Sounds like the word count.
Yeah, exactly. So you've already seen her apply it, and we've been talking a lot. So one of the main things that I want to point out is that when you put the serum on, let it soak in all the way. Give it its time. Go and refill your coffee. And it takes a couple of minutes, not that long. And then you're going to apply your moisturizer. So the moisturizer is going to take about as long to soak in as it takes to brush your teeth. And, 3 or 4 minutes. And the reason I emphasize that is because the foundation product that we're going to show you is an airbrush product. The way it's applied gives you a very minimal amount of product to get really great coverage, but you want to make sure that your moisturizer is soaked all the way in because then it becomes more long wearing and wear resistant. If you put your moisturizer on and then put your makeup on right afterwards, then the makeup can float. So, a lot of times you see people, it comes off on their cell phones or it comes off on the collar. Well, this will stay put until you remove it with a cleanser, with a mild cleanser, but you want to make sure that your moisturizer has soaked all the way in. So
Okay.
Basically what this is,
Then I have to say that look at the difference of my hand. This is where I applied it,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah.
it already looks smoother.
and it feels so yummy.
It feels like rose petals, doesn't it? It's like really
it's
soft.
nice and smooth, and I
And
love
not
it.
tacky.
Okay, keep going. I love it.
So, as I started to say earlier, my profession is being a makeup artist. I grew up here in Los Angeles, and throughout the course of my work, I've done everything from feature films with extreme makeup. I was the key makeup artist of Addams Family, and which was 8 hours of makeup before my day ever even started, and and then all the way on the other side of that, I traveled with Sports Illustrated and did the swimsuit edition. So those girls look like they just rolled out of bed looking that gorgeous, but actually they are wearing makeup. But the point is that we apply it in a way that doesn't look like makeup. It just looks like you have beautiful
It's not
skin.
cakey.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yes.
Good
So
for camera.
Yes.
so that's why people love airbrush in general, because it does give you a flawless, diffused look of perfection, but at the same time, it evens out the skin tone, and that's really what I love is I want to look at you and say, wow, your skin looks beautiful, not wow, your makeup looks amazing.
Right.
So, I mean, that's not a bad thing either. But so I'm going to start off. So I actually, as a makeup artist, I had used everything from the BB creams, the cream to powders, the, oil-based foundations, the powder foundations. And I never found as a makeup artist one product, one brand, one formula that I could use on every skin tone and every skin type and in every environment, whether it was desert, high altitude where everything just, sucks into your skin, in your pores, or also, in extreme humidity where it just, you can't keep it on your skin. And obviously with my work, keeping it off the wardrobe and, when you're in and out of the water, you want to keep it on the skin. So I actually had a unique opportunity where one of my celebrity clients was considering doing laser resurfacing. And that was a very popular technique. It started in the mid-90s. And at that time, they were going very deep. And what that is they take a laser and they burn the top layers of skin.
It's intense.
It is. And they go deep below the wrinkle, below the sun damage, below the scarring. And so what happens is it blisters. If you've ever burned yourself on a curling iron, we all have, or on a barbecue, it heals exactly the same way. So it blisters, the blister dries up, leaves behind that dead layer of skin. When that falls away, you get that really baby pink skin, and it has no texture. So it's very slick. There's no pores or hair
Love
or
it.
dead skin cells for anything to stick to. So to cover that up is very difficult. If you've ever had your eyebrows waxed too close and they're red and you can't get makeup to stick to it, well, there was really nothing. I went into this doctor's office and I saw 3 of his patients, and I used everything from the creams, and the powders were really the only thing that would stick to the skin. But the problem is that it looked very artificial, because the heavy oil-based foundations, you'd have to stipple it on, and it would take forever to get it completely even. But when you step back and look at the skin, it looked like a wax figure. It didn't look natural. And then on the other side of it, using the powder foundation, while it would stick to the skin, you're putting powder over the skin that's already parched. So it felt like to me that it was hindering the healing process. And also it felt very, tight and dry and itchy. And
It doesn't last either, no matter how much you stick it.
well, the reason for that is that as soon as you put that heavy powder on your skin, your body is like a computer. All of a sudden it just says dump oil.
Right.
So then your body overproduces oil, and then the powder turns into mud. It floats, and then you touch it up, and you keep adding to sort of mattify it and keep the makeup on, but then your skin breaks out because you've clogged your pores. So
And then it's painful too. I think that kind of procedure would be painful too.
it is painful.
For having the laser.
It is painful, and then imagine now you have to touch your skin, and
Right.
you're dragging a brush or dragging a sponge across it. So I left the office that day, and it really bothered me that, we can put a man on the moon, but we don't have a cosmetic product that would go on the skin and still look natural and be healthy and
Be
good.
healthy.
and be
Okay,
good
well,
for the
I want to
skin.
see. Let's
Okay,
do it.
yeah,
Let's
okay.
do it.
Should I pull
So-
my hair back? Get ready.
Sure, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
let's do it. I
So,
want to see.
I tell you all of that because I didn't develop a cosmetic product to become a retail product to sell. I was trying to solve a problem and
Right.
to fulfill a need. And in that, there's a lot of love in this
Right.
bottle because not only was it going to be used on skin that had been injured, but I also wanted it to work for me in my own profession and in my own life and on my own skin.
Right.
So it took 5.5 years to develop the original formula. And
And what does NV stand for?
well, it's sort of a play on words. Our hashtag is Be the Envy. And so it's, obviously we all want skin that people will envy. And so,
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
So I
you'll
see
see
her.
why.
I see her preparing by
Yep.
putting a towel. Now tell me why. Is that because it's going to go everywhere?
Well, no,
you should always
actually-
be careful with this.
Well, you know what? When you first start using it, there's a learning curve, right?
Okay.
I think the first thing that people want to do is they want to go like this,
Right.
Right? So I
And we have it
always
on the
say,
wall.
Yeah.
exactly. Well, because we're used to doing the hairspray and the deodorant, so we're kind of loose with the can. But if you just pretend like this is water, you can't make a mistake with it. Because if this was a spray of water, which it mostly is water, you missed your face. If I were to go like this, I'm going to get my hair wet. I don't want to get my hair wet. And if I were to hold the can too close, my face is going to get really wet in one spot.
and
So-
blotchy. Yes.
Exactly. So if you just remember to pretend like it's water, it's that easy. And that's really what I wanted. Obviously, makeup artists are airbrushing, for weddings and for television and film and everything, but that's not user friendly at home.
Right.
I wanted it to be this easy.
Now-
Just shake the can and spray.
Okay, now I have a question because now eyelash extensions are very popular.
Yes.
So by doing that, how do you avoid not covering the eyelashes? Because if you have the strips, you're good to go. Put the strips after this. But what if you have the extensions like myself?
Well, that is an excellent question, and I have a cute little trick. I actually will use a spoon and do one side at a time.
Ah.
So for myself, I'm wearing strip lashes, so I can take them off. So I apply my product first, and then I put my lashes on. But in a situation like this where I'm going to apply to someone else who's already done, or if at home you already have your lashes done, then you just do one cheek at a time, which is what I'm going to do. So
Love it. I used to curl my eyelashes with a spoon.
Did you really?
yeah, I did that too. So if you're already dressed, you're just going to throw a towel over your shoulders. Now,
Okay.
I'm actually, and you
Because
do
you
this.
want it on your neck a little bit.
Yeah.
I apply right out of the shower.
Yeah.
So my hair's in a towel. I've got a towel around here, and I get out of the shower, and it's
boom,
I
boom,
do my
boom.
primer, and then I do my color, and I'm done in like a minute.
Your
Yeah.
primer's in a spray too.
Yes. Okay.
Got it.
So all three formulas, primer, foundation, and bronzer shimmer, all have the APT 200. So you're getting multiple layers of that polypeptide that keeps so you're layering. You start with the serum, and it penetrates deep. Then the moisturizer moisturizes the surface of the skin and penetrates. And now you're going to
Love
add
it.
the final layer, which is the envy. So I'm going to show you, just because I want you to see the difference, I'm going to do her entire face, one quick miss,
Of primer.
primer. That is it. 2 seconds of spraying, and I have it basically 5 primers in one, because I've primed her lashes, her eyebrows, her eyelids, her lips, her skin, all in 2 seconds. And so a lot of times people ask me, is the primer necessary? Well, I use about half the amount of makeup if I use my primer first, because it
Primer is
all
very
Yes.
necessary.
Yes.
I just recently started using primer about 6 months ago, and I cannot even begin to tell you how amazing.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
to touch up my makeup throughout
Yeah.
the day because of
Exactly.
the primer.
Yeah, it does the typical function of a primer, where it fills the fine lines and pores. It creates a smooth surface so that the texture is all the same, because the skin around our eyes and on our lips,
Thinner, yes.
and even on our neck can be thinner, but then everywhere else it's more porous, so it gives it a more smooth, even texture.
Right.
But plus, it becomes a lash builder. If you want to put your
Ah.
put this over the top of just your regular lashes,
Right.
It
And
keeps
build
your lipstick.
mascara. Got it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now she said she has very dry skin, so I'm going to add a few layers. Now you could layer these products to get the
Her skin
desired
does
effects.
not look dry at all. It looks
So
great.
It does. So I'm going to do a little bit more on this side. Go ahead and turn your face back towards the camera the other way. There you go. So just a little bit. Now when you spray it, it should just look moist. It shouldn't look wet.
Yeah.
So if you open your eyes and your face looks wet or looks like a glazed donut, then you
No.
sprayed for too long.
Now, if you're watching us at home, add your questions on your comments here, and we'll address your questions. We'll let the
Yes.
ladies address your questions because it looks like we have a lot of live viewers watching us now. Great woman on the panel. They say great information, ladies. We've got a lot of viewers. So include your questions on here, and we'll address them, okay, as she's applying this wonderful makeup.
Awesome.
I'm
So
excited.
this is the texture. I just want you to touch it and feel how light it is.
It's so transparent that I almost can't see
It almost matches the.
That's because I'm so fair.
Yeah. Okay. So.
No, I just think it's. If you put my foundation in your hand, you'll see
Yeah.
the glob.
Well, it basically this shade is our N2. It's your shade. It's also the shade that would match Nicole Kidman, and it's also the shade that is our most popular selling shade among our Korean communities.
But look how
And
pretty it
it's
looks.
it's so light
It's
and
very
fresh.
light.
It's about half the weight of a liquid foundation because there's only in this entire bottle 8% pigment. The rest is water, emollients, vitamins A, E, D,
Nice.
aloe, and our APT 200. So if you remember, the reason I told you all that backstory about the reason the formula was developed in the first place, because I'm literally going into doctors' offices. I'm spraying directly over the top of skin that has been burned, CO2 peeled, sunburned.
So this
And
is
so
very important.
It is. It's healthy. It's good for your skin. The propellant that's in there is on the FDA's green list for the last 50 plus years.
Now tell me, Yolanda, is there SPF in the makeup?
Well, if you know about your cosmetic ingredients, you know that titanium dioxide and micronized titanium dioxide are a natural blocker, but we don't claim it as far as a sunscreen
A
because
legit SPF, yeah.
yeah, because this is clinically tested. Obviously, testing this, we sell in 140 countries, so we have to register it in every single country, and we figure with this SPF 30 is all you need, but your makeup and your all of your MV products all have the titanium dioxide, the micronized titanium, so it's going to complement your.
It almost serves as an SPF product.
Well,
And can you tell them about how clean of a spray it is because you're not touching a.
yes. Okay. So while I'm applying, I'm actually going to use a little bit first as a concealer, and I like to do this primarily because most concealers have oil in them, and you have to powder them to keep them from gathering in the lines. Whereas this, once you lay it down, it literally stays put within seconds. It dries.
Okay,
and
now I'm going to ask questions throughout
Yes,
your
please do.
application.
Love
Tell
it
me
already.
why you're applying, only because I truly have these questions, and as I know our audience will as well. Tell me why you're applying using your fingers versus a beauty blender or a brush.
Great question. Okay, I prefer
They
using
didn't
my
prep
fingers.
me for this, by the way.
No,
they're
no, we
real
didn't.
questions.
These are real questions. So I prefer using my fingers because I'm going to get the most natural application. The
Okay.
heat, my body heat, and the impression from my fingertip is going to lay down the most natural looking
Okay.
application. Now on the other side, I'll show you applying it with a sponge or a brush. And the difference is because this is the majority of it is water. When I use an applicator, the applicator absorbs all the
Right.
water, and then I'm laying down more straight
right.
pigment. So if I have a lot that I want to cover, I would use an applicator. But for a really natural application, I like to use my fingers.
Got it.
Okay?
It looks
so,
really natural.
doesn't it? And so I show you this. You can skip this step. You don't absolutely have to conceal. And I don't necessarily if I'm just running my kids to school. But I like that extra little brightness under the eyes.
Right.
And then if I go ahead and conceal first, then I don't overspray everywhere else where I don't need the extra
Got
coverage.
it.
Makes sense.
So then I'm going to,
Now, is this the only size it comes in?
yes, this is the only size. It's 1.5 ounces and it's 50 mil.
Okay.
And this can will last you and you, all of us, a different amount of time. There's 300 individual 1 second sprays. And so if I'm using
300, okay.
if I'm using 3 layers, you know, concealer, foundation, I go over it with bronzer, there you're using more than if somebody was just doing one quick mist.
Got
and
it.
so, you know, for someone it might last, their can might last them 3-4 months, you know. For others, their can might last them
Just
30
depending,
days.
yeah.
It just depends.
I ask because I'm a Costco shopper. I want everything supersized.
Yeah, right. And it's buildable
I'm gonna
too,
use my
right?
hand.
Yolanda? It's buildable. You can actually
Yes.
build on it too, so that's probably why the
Yeah.
300 sprays would.
Yes. Okay.
Very.
That's a great point
Yes.
because as we are spraying, close your eyes. I'm gonna just pull her earring back and cover her eyes. I'm gonna do one quick mist. That's it. Now the first layer gives you the
Okay,
look.
wait. That little
a
spray
tinted-
that you just did covered that whole section?
Yeah. So you can see.
Wow.
And the beauty of an airbrush
Love
is what
it.
happens is when you shake the can, every molecule of water gets wrapped in tiny particles of the pigment, the microfine pigments, the vitamins and botanicals, the APT 200, and then what happens is those bubbles, you know, the mist bursts onto the skin, so you get a pixelation.
Yeah.
So less is more. You really don't need a lot of product to make your skin look smooth and even. It's an illusion. And so that's why what airbrushing gives you
Yeah.
that perfect, flawless look. But, so one quick mist, go ahead and turn your face that way so you can see the difference. That's a very natural amount of coverage. If I want the coverage that I would get from a liquid, I can mist it again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you one more mist.
And I have to say to our audience, another reason why I was excited about doing a show like this is because so many times us women, we go through our issues, right? We have our ups, we have our lows, and it's not that difficult to put a little bit of something and feel really good about yourself. It may be a day that you're not feeling, good. You may be a little depressed or you're just under the weather. Spray a little something and you'll feel, I'm sure,
Absolutely.
pretty. You'll feel better about yourself just because, and you don't have to spend 2 hours putting on your makeup.
With that being said, one of the things that I do is when I wash my face with the cleanser, of course, the Janet's cleanser, and then I put that on, and I just run out of the house like that. It makes me feel so phenomenal, and I feel so great.
Yeah.
And how great is that to already feel good
Yeah.
before even walking out of the door?
Yeah.
And I just wear it like that. And most of the time I do because I get to work from home too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's
and
phenomenal.
us as women, we have to work on our inner beauty. And
Absolutely.
we have to work on our outer beauty. And it doesn't take that much to feel good about yourself.
Absolutely.
Close your eyes. And so you can keep layering and you can give yourself, actually I want to just show you, before I go any further, I've sprayed her face 3 times. I just want you to look at the white tissue. That's why I put it there. Because a lot of times people think, oh, if I'm spraying, it's going to go all over the place.
I was
But you
concerned about that, which is why I asked about
can
the
see
towel.
there's like not even
Yeah.
a speck on the tissue. So where you spray it is where it goes. The spray pattern is very narrow. So you can see, if you just do a little zigzag down the center of your face, you're going to actually completely airbrush your entire face. And then if you're doing side to side, you literally barely need to move the can because it's just going to go right to where you spray it on your cheek, and then, pull your hair back, go across your forehead, and then do this cheek, and then even do the chest. So this is a really great thing because, so many of us, we put sunscreen on our face, but we don't necessarily run it all the way down, and then you wear a top like this, and your chest is exposed. So we get sun damage.
So tell me what you're doing there with
I
that.
just sprayed her chest
Yeah.
with the same shade that I sprayed on her face.
So you just press it in?
And this, yes, I prefer using the puff. I like to use a puff because it has the soft little fingers, and it diffuses the makeup even more. So when we have a makeup sponge, that'll absorb it and almost kind of move it around. Whereas with this, I'm pressing it, and when I do this, I don't have to use any powder because it picks
Got
up
it.
all the extra moisture.
it.
So I put the perfect amount of makeup on the skin. I don't want to then go back and add yet another layer of powder that's going to dry my skin out. So this is it. It's airbrush flawless perfection. Turn that way towards the camera so you can see the difference. I like to show side to side.
Yeah,
so you
so
really
there's got
Nothing on this side.
makeup
Like right
on.
here.
I think this is our camera. She's got makeup
great.
on half her face, and I don't know if they can necessarily appreciate it because you have
You're
really
so far
good
back.
No,
Mhm,
and you
yeah.
have good skin, but you can definitely see the difference. It just looks smoother.
Very natural.
It looks very natural. And again, ladies, this is something that I wanted to do, and gentlemen, because men are wearing makeup these days too, and using beauty products. But it's so important that we work on ourselves, feeling, beautiful every single day, and not only on our inside by reading books and listening to the right material and in surrounding yourself by great people, but applying a little something, especially when we don't feel good, and making ourselves feel good and powerful and strong when we walk out every morning.
And it's very little, very minimal. And you get that flawless just shine.
Yes, and so then just while you were talking, I went ahead and applied the bronzer. The bronzer is about the same shade as Beyonce's skin, because we want to give ourselves that little golden kiss of color, but then also it has a pearl in it, so it gives you that healthy looking glow with very little product. If I leave the house without anything else,
Beautiful.
I don't leave the house without my bronzer.
And you just sprayed that in
I
the highlighting areas or the whole face?
Well,
Look at
I
how flawless
usually
that is.
I avoid the nose,
Okay.
so I just generally go around in a circle, or in this case, since she's already dressed, I just went across her forehead and then down both sides of her cheeks, just like that.
Got it.
We also have a shimmer. This shimmer, I developed this shade specifically to be used on Twilight Breaking Dawn to give the moon glow that everyone was so crazy about. So it's a pearl. It's a nice white pearl. And this can be applied with a brush or with your fingers, or if you have very light skin like you do, something I want you to try is over the top of your primer, do a quick mist of the pearl, and then put your foundation over the top of it. Okay. It gives you this glow from underneath that is just
We love the glow.
Yes. So I'm just going to give her highlight where the light naturally falls, and this is called, in the profession of being a makeup artist, strobing. And so you can put it anywhere where the light will naturally hit. And especially in the summertime, a good little trick is taking...
That makes us look slimmer.
And then when you are, wearing a dress, I always use the bronzer on my legs, but the other day, someone told me that they take the shimmer and mix it into their body lotion and put it all over their body, and I'm like,
great idea.
that's a great idea. You can also use a small brush, a concealer brush, a flat brush, and highlight your eyelids, the right underneath your brow bone, in the corners of your eyes. So there's so many little, there's so many little tricks that you can do with it. But really, I don't think about this product as makeup. I think about it as it's a treatment, and it has pigment in it that actually enhances our skin. So it's just like, really beautiful skincare, and it's a bridge between your skincare and your color cosmetics.
Love it.
One of the other things that I wanted to touch on that I use this spray for is my varicose veins, because I do have a few of those from working corporate myself, and so that works phenomenal as well.
It covers the vein.
It covers the veins, yes. And so you can do exactly what I did underneath her eyes, where you can apply it with your finger. I actually just spray it over the top, and then I put bronzer over everything else. And I just kind of knock back, like I conceal like I did under her eyes with the foundation, and then go over my legs with the bronzer, and it's really beautiful.
Love it.
Now I feel complete.
Now you're good to go. A little bit of lipstick.
Wanda, thank you so much. It's not very often I
Yeah,
get to
that
have my
was
makeup done
fun.
by.
But again, I have to emphasize, I'm really big on empowering women and helping women feel good about themselves from inside and out. So this is why I decided to invite Carrie on, is because she was going to show us this wonderful cute tip and how fast and easy and naturally beautiful that it looks.
Now you see why I have a passion for this, and why we really wanted to bring this onto the show and show everybody about it, because it's so beautiful and so flawless.
Very, very nice.
It's interesting because when your skin looks good, it doesn't matter what else you wear. Like, you're both wearing red lipstick and lashes today. I have smoky eyes. You have a very natural look. But if your skin looks good, then your color just becomes like changing a pair of earrings. You know what I mean? If your skin looks good, it doesn't matter what else you have on.
No, and if you feel good, and if you take care of your skin, and you just feel good about yourself, it's amazing how we have a little extra pep in our step when we walk. We walk into a room, and I know that I close a lot of my deals because I feel good about myself and I feel strong walking in.
Absolutely.
And I don't think I'd feel that way if I didn't feel good about myself internally, as well as the what I spend on my skin or the time I spend on my hair or whatever the case may be. So inner and outer beauty is absolutely important.
Absolutely.
So
Yep.
we're talking about inner. Do you want to try the Nara?
Yes, okay, so tell us what this is and tell us what
Go ahead.
the flavor and what are we doing?
Well,
Facelift in a bottle.
yes. So basically, as we peak in our growth, we
I love
start
how she says that. How we age well.
Yes.
Peak in our growth.
At some point, your body's going to slow down its collagen production.
Yes.
So we always say at Janess, beauty from the inside out. That comes first.
Absolutely.
And then beauty from the outside in. And then,
Cheers.
it meets in the middle and, that's where the magic happens. So this is Nara. It is a beauty collagen drink. And it's so easy because you literally it comes in a little, sachet, and you can carry this, in your gym bag or, just as a little pick-me-up at work. But I just pour it into my bottle of water. I always have a bottle of water. So, you could just pour it in and shake it up and drink it. But it's a tangerine.
Collagen and it's tangerine flavor. But so there's vitamins in here. Is there caffeine in this?
No.
No caffeine.
No.
So what gives us the picker-upper?
Well, it's there's vitamin B6, B12.
There's the bees.
And there's
it's
vitamin
so- and
E,
it's so
vitamin
good
C.
tasting, too.
Can we
There's
say salud?
protein.
Yes.
Salud. Salud, Carrie.
Salute.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
And this
great
always
tasting, refreshing.
Yeah, this always makes me drink my water faster. Like at the gym, I'll mix up my Nara and take it to the gym.
And I actually mix it with sparkling water.
And it's tasty, too.
Yeah, I like
Love
to drink
it.
mine with sparkling water with
That's
with
fancy.
ice. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just
really good.
It's really refreshing.
Okay, we
Definitely.
have comments. I think we should address some of our
Okay.
comments. It's
Sure.
our viewers say this is great. This is awesome. Go girls! Great women on the panel. There's a lot of great comments. I'm very excited about this.
So where
I'm
can they
taking
find
notes. Yeah. So if someone is interested in your products,
Yes.
where can they find you? And I think we have it on display as well. But where can they find you, Carrie?
They can actually go to my website, and my website is live, happierhealthier.com.
LiveHappierHealthier.com. Okay,
So
I
you
love
can just
that
go
website.
right there, and you can just click on it, and it says buy now, and you can go on there. You can also contact me, and it's that easy.
Okay.
It's that easy.
That is awesome. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk to you about, again, because I'm big on empowering women,
Yes.
and so many moms today want to stay home and they can't because a household doesn't function
Absolutely.
without two income earners in the home. So I'm big about finding ways for as a resource and teaching women how you can stay home. I was very fortunate when I had my daughter.
Right.
I was very fortunate that I was able to stay home, and it was a struggle for a few years. And then I was introduced to a multi-level marketing company, and I did that for about 10 years.
Really?
And because of that, I was able to purchase several homes. I was able to use the capital that I made, and I was able
Good.
to invest it and start other businesses. So I'm really big on multi-level marketing because it takes little to no investment. And there's many companies out there that, depending on what it is that you'd like to market it and help, but this is a way for you to make extra income.
Absolutely.
And it is a way for you to again dictate your schedule and your income and your future and your time. So tell us, Carrie, and because I don't know how much time we have, but
Awesome.
tell us how someone can get involved with your company.
Okay.
What does it take in terms of an investment and everything else?
Okay, so I'm going to start off with how I got into the company. I've been in real estate for about 20 years now, and as we all know in real estate, that the market always changes. So some months we can do really, really good. Some months it kind of dries up a little bit, and you don't have that consistent. We're 100% commission, so you don't have the consistency of a paycheck. So for me, I've known Jill and Conrad for over 25 years, so we already had a strong friendship that was bonded, and they had presented this particular line to me, and I was so open to it at that time. And so when they presented it to me, I saw the vision in it. I saw what opportunity it could give. And being a single mom, raising 2 boys, and now a grandmother, I did this all on my own.
You
So
believe she's a grandmother?
I'm
No,
a grandmother.
I'm
Yeah. So being a single mom, it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult. And so when this opportunity was presented to me and I seen the vision in it, I knew that this was something that I wanted to do. Not only that, I have a passion for health and beauty. I have a passion for what we put into our body and how we look on the outside. I have a passion for all this. And I didn't want to go back to or go to the Botox and the surgery and doing all that. I wanted something more natural. So the great thing, and really how I really got involved, is I was at Nordstrom's one day and I bought about $600 worth of products, okay, from Nordstrom's. And this is way back. And I called Jill and Conrad, and I don't even know that I was really in the business yet. Timing was still not right there or anything,
you weren't in
obviously.
yet. Yeah.
I wasn't 100% in. I knew a little bit about it, but I also knew Jill and Conrad. I knew what their life was like and what their schedule was like. And I always wondered, like, how did they have all this time to go here and have freedom and financial freedom and just freedom in general? And they went to all their kids' functions, and I just thought, so I kind of looked at them and saw what they were doing. And at that time I called Jill. I was so excited to tell her about my products. And Jill and Conrad said, go return those products right now. And I'm like,
you bought 'em at
my
Nordstrom's.
my products. Yeah. So my products. And so I went and I returned them. And then I actually went and I purchased the line from Jill and Conrad. I ordered my own supply and I started using that. It was 3 years ago, and I absolutely love it, and I have a huge passion for it. And so that inspired me to get more into what I was doing and how to use the products and learn more about it and the science behind it, so that I would be able to share with my friends and my family. Because like Yolanda said and Jill said, that what a better way is to refer your products by you using them yourself.
Of course.
And so at that point I decided to share them, because I'm all about in real estate helping families and helping people. And I wanted to help people with bringing not only the opportunity to be able to have financial freedom, and in between my escrows, I wasn't making anything. I still had my residual income that was coming in. So when I started making some money, it was like, okay, the gas was getting paid by this, and then the electric was getting paid, and next thing I knew, my car payment was getting paid, and it was just continuing to grow for me. And so, you know what? As a single mom, like I said, it was just an opportunity for me to make extra income, streams of income in between my real estate, and also be able to use the products I love and I'm so passionate about.
That's great. Okay, so again, how does someone contact you, and what is the initial investment that it takes for someone
So
to
the
join?
initial investment is anywhere between $500 to $1,000 to invest to going into business for yourself, and that gives you a little bit of all the products. It gives you a little bit of everything with the Luminous, with the Envy, with the Zen that we have. Like we said, there's a whole array of different products that we have, not just this particular line. So it gives you the products to get started with. I use a CRM. So I have all of my clients in my CRM. I use 1 hour a day that I use for this particular business, and I basically go into my CRM and I notify so many people a day, and it tells me what to do. It tells me how much time I invested. It's really a program that keeps you on track, especially working from home, because you can be distracted with the grandbaby and the kids.
It takes
So
a lot
I
of
keep
discipline.
myself.
Yes.
It takes discipline. So I keep myself on a very strict regimen in terms of how I do my business with my real estate and keeping it separate, because like Jill said, you can multitask, but if you're multitasking Jeanette's and then you're multitasking real estate, you're going to stumble. So it's better to have my power hour, and then it's better to do where I do my other stuff. And how people can get in the business is that they just can go on. They can give me a call, go onto my website.
Go to the website.
They can give me a call, which is my phone number 909
We'll post it here as well on
right.
Facebook.
My
Yeah.
phone number, and they can give me a call, and I can tell you exactly how to get into the business and what it entails, and we can walk you. And Jill is also one of my leaders as well, and so we work as a team, as you can see. She's here with me. We work as a team, and so we will help that person with every step of the way and every opportunity and all the exciting things about Jeunesse.
Love it. That's awesome. Well, I am so excited and impressed, actually, with the products. I couldn't believe it took a couple of minutes, actually.
Yeah, it's very fast.
It is
And it looks
really,
really good.
It really is fast, especially when you're doing it yourself and you're not doing it, side to side. It really does. I mean, in a couple of minutes, and these are just a few. Jeunesse has an entire, we call it the Yes system. So it's a youth enhancement system. So a lot of those products are beauty from the inside out. It's a whole complementary array of products. They all work in tandem and work together.
Yeah, when you use them together, you just feel, amazing.
Now, is there a company website or a website where they can learn more about the products?
Yeah. You want to give that,
So actually, they can do that on Carrie's website.
Okay.
So
It's a mirrored
that same website, all they're going to do is go to products. They hover over the products, and it'll bring up all of the Jeunesse products. So they'll see the NAR, the Luminous, the Envy. They'll see other products. Once they just click on the product that they're interested in, they've got two choices. You can buy the product at retail, or if you go on Smart Delivery, and you're not obligated, if you say do it a couple months, you can cancel it anytime just by calling the company. But I can guarantee you, when you start using the serum and the makeup, you're going to want to reorder, and you're not going to want to run
I
out.
still love the way the hand feels.
Yes, and
I don't like the way this hand looks because it's not my shade.
Oh,
But
And
that's
you know what?
okay.
All of
But
these-
this feels so
Yeah,
good.
and all
Yes.
of these products are really almost instantly. I mean, just like anything else, you would have to use it over time, and it gets better and better. But instantly, I mean, you just seen how when she put the Envy on, how instantly it looks.
Yeah.
Just like you by putting on the serum, I mean, instantly you notice a difference in your hand.
Yes.
I mean, it just
it
is
feels
so
really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell our audience, Yolanda, how can someone reach you in case they have other additional makeup questions or more of the questions for the spray in particular?
Absolutely. I am the co-creator of the brand, and I am also the brand ambassador. So I'm here to answer all the questions for everyone. So if you just find me on Facebook, send me a friend request, or on Instagram, Yolanda Halston, and direct message me, and I'll reply.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for coming out. And I know you flew in, so thank you for coming in to cover this amazing segment of beauty from inner and within.
And I do, we did bring some giveaways if you wanted to.
Oh,
promote
love
any
it. Yes,
giveaways.
absolutely. Okay,
Yes.
so I don't know how we'll handle that, but
I think your daughter has them. Sierra has them.
okay,
Yeah,
good. So
we can do that.
I guess what we can do is share this segment, share this show, and then the individual with the most shares will give those away. How about that?
Sure, or the top. We brought 3, so if you want to do the top
Okay.
3 people that share, and also I do want to say really quickly, at this time, if you want to purchase at 25% off, the viewers can do that.
That's excellent.
If they did the smart delivery. So you just go in as a preferred customer, and like I said, there's no obligation. They can
Do they need a
cancel at any time.
code, or do
No,
they need?
No,
Okay.
they just click, and at that option when they're buying their product, they'll see there's little check marks, and they can mark the
Through
preferred
Carrie's
customer.
website.
That's correct.
Okay, so give us your website again, and viewers, you get 25% off if you order today with Carrie's website.
www.livehappier.healthier.com. Once again,
Awesome.
www.livehappier.healthier.com.
Okay, great. So thank you once again. And then I just would like to remind all of our guests that too, if you also share this show, we're going to give away our free tickets to the Cuban Music Festival, which is happening on May 19th. And then don't forget that if you log on to Sabor by the Bay, you get $10 off to your general admission tickets to the all-white boat party. Okay. I personally will be at this event. Several of my hosts will be there, and a few of my celeb friends will be there.
That
Just
sounds like
really,
a good
really
time.
excited. I may have to put some of that on.
Yes, I'll leave you with your shade.
Yes, I'm excited about that. So also a couple of things. So All Access Broadcasting is growing. I'm not sure if I'm that camera or that camera. Nevertheless, I'm on this one is what I was told. So ladies and gentlemen, please continue to follow us, like us, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. We are so excited. I can't even begin to thank you enough as to how much our shows are growing. We're in the millions of views now, and we are on iTunes and Spotify. Our YouTube channel is growing phenomenally well. I'm so excited. So this week we have Carlos Alvarez with Al Día con Carlos, and we're going to feature the chef Juan San Juan on the show. He's going to be cooking here live on Thursday, as well as Lisette Gomez with Culturas y Talentos. We have our Latino channel, so you see my tongue is twisting. I am Latina. So Culturas y Talentos this Thursday at 7 p.m. So tune in. let's see, ladies. I think that's it. We had a really good time. Share the show tonight with all your friends and your family. And I'm sure, Carrie, they're going to blow up your phone. And
I'm excited. I'm ready.
ask you
I'm ready
about
to
this
share.
stuff. Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank
and
you.
again, love life from inside and out, because life is an amazing journey. Enjoy. Good night.